Patriot Prime Reviews is a channel for adult collectors and may not be suitable for children under 13 years of age. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Patriot Prime here once again, and welcome to episode 2 of Toyhax Flashbacks, my series where I take Generation 1 figures and restore them to their former glory using some of the skills I've obtained over the years restoring Generation 1 figures and Toyhax decals. The figure we're going to restore in this video is the Transformers Classic Pretenders Jazz. I picked this figure up on eBay for a steal thanks to the seller mistitling it or mislabeling it. I didn't realize it was a complete figure till I really started digging through the pictures he had posted. And like I said, I got this for a really good price, but he does need some work. And that's what this video series is all about. So now, without further ado, let's get Jazz back to styling and profiling. And welcome to Patriot Prime Reviews Toyhax Flashbacks.
Can't stop this feeling of the 80s. For me, the dream still lives on. Whoa!
Now, first things first, let's take a look at Pretender Jazz as he is. He doesn't really look too bad at all, except right here on his helmet, his visor is peeling off really bad. So that's definitely coming off. On the shoulders, just a little bit of smudging, some dirt. If you remove the helmet, he does have the typical Pretender helmet hair, where the paint gets rubbed off thanks to the helmet. You can see inside where that paint did get rubbed off. That's something I'm really not going to worry about, because when Jazz is displayed on my shelf, he's going to look just like that. Other decals right here on the chest, they are peeling and a little tore there. That one actually looks really good. The Autobot symbol looks real good. And this one, of course, they're all getting replaced since I have brand new ones. Moving along the figure, not real bad at all. A lot of Pretenders can get scuffed up. Jazz doesn't look bad. He's got some dust there on his feet. Back of the figure, a little paint scrape right there. Actually, that's coming right off, so I don't know what that was. So anyway, that is Jazz's Pretender shell. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Jazz himself. Pop open the Pretender, and out he falls. Let's get this put together. The Jazz figure also seems to be in very good shape. It's just the stickers are showing wear. Not as much on this side as on this side. You can see the window decals are peeling, the door decals are peeling. This side, just a little bit right there. Right here, this really kills me. That should be straight. I'll fix that. And then we got peeling stickers up here on top. No real stickers in robot mode. Robot mode, you just simply snap down like that and extend the arms. But all the vehicle mode stickers carry over into robot mode. Wow, Jazz is very well endowed. So there you have one final look at Classics Pretenders Jazz before restoration. Now I'm ready to start Jazz's restoration, and I do believe I have all the tools necessary for this procedure. The first thing you need, of course, is the Toyhax decals. And this decal set right here is an upgrade set for Classic Pretenders Jazz. You get a lot more decals with this set than the original Generation 1 set to enhance the figure a little bit more. I also have my Toyhax tweezers, a soft brush to get the dust off, a pair of flat tweezers, a Captain America toothbrush, which will come in handy later on, and that is it. Nope, I have my bottle of Goo Gone gel. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the decals. We'll go ahead and start with the helmet first. This looks like the easiest one to remove. And yeah, peeled right off. And let's see, with no residue. That's always nice. So the helmet is done. We'll set that to the side. Now we'll take Jazz's Pretender shell. And I always start off to see if I can get the decals off with just my thumbnail. And peel them off nice and slow. That left some residue there. Go ahead and get the Autobot symbol. Got residue on that one. Let's see, get this one right here. This figure is going to require some Goo Gone. Trying to keep this in camera. We're in focus for you guys. I'm trying a new angle with my camera this time. It's pointing straight down. And this one here. Every now and then you get the decals like this that take a little extra effort to get off. But still, I try to just use my thumbnail because I really don't want to mess up the figure any more than I have to. So that is the Pretender shell with the decals removed. I'll end up taking him downstairs with the Goo Gone spray, which I'm sure I'll have to do with Jazz here too. Let's go ahead and get his decals removed. Go ahead and peel that back one. Oh, that came right off. I got a little bit of leftover sticker on that one. So the windows are off. See, like I said, try to get as much off as I can. Get the doors. These are good decals. Yeah, a lot of residue with this one. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have sticker all over me. Let's go ahead and move to the front of the figure. If I can catch somewhere to get that peeled. I thought that was going to come off nice and clean. I thought wrong. Get my fingers covered in vintage decal scraps. So that's pretty much that side. Let's go ahead and remove the rest, and I'll be right back. And now here's Jazz completely stripped of all his decals. I thought the windshield was a decal, but that's actually painted on, and that looks really good. But Jazz does have a lot of sticker residue on him, and that's where the next step comes in. I'm going to take these figures downstairs to my kitchen sink so I can apply some Goo Gone to them to get the sticker residue off, and I'm also going to give them a bath. That's where the toothbrush comes in. So I'll meet you guys in the kitchen. Okay, I'm downstairs in the kitchen now, and I do want to apologize for the lighting. My countertop is not set up for YouTube videos, so I do what I can. So down here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply Goo Gone spray gel quite generously on these figures to really get soaked in on those decals or residue. Just pretty much coat the figure, rub it in, and then you want to let that set for anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. We'll go ahead and do the shell as well. Just a couple spots. Get those in, or rubbed in rather. Some nice shiny oiled pecs. He's ready for like an action adventure star. So now that's Goo Goned up. We're going to let that set for about 3 minutes.
A few minutes later.
Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my thumbnail and I'm going to scratch off. As you can see, it's coming right off there. Get that residue off of my figure. So I just kind of go all over the figure, scraping that nasty old sticker residue off. Ugh. And it comes off really, really easy. Very greasy now. I smell like an orange. So get all that off, at least as much as you can with your thumbnail. It's usually coming off really easy. I love Goo Gone. Highly, highly recommend the gel. So that's about all I'm going to do with the vehicle mode for right now. Moving on to the shell. Coming off super easy. And there we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two, and during that 3-minute wait, I've got a really, really hot, a bowl full of really, really hot water right here with Dawn dishwashing soap because, you know, 50% less scrubbing, and it's got ducks on it. I've already washed the back half of the shell, so now I'm going to wash these guys up. This is where the toothbrush comes in handy. This is a child's toothbrush. really soft bristles. You don't want anything with hard bristles on it for risk of damaging the figure. So just get the figure in the soap and just get to scrubbing. This will take the residue off, the Goo Gone off, and get out any dirt or funk that would be on the figure that you may have not noticed before. So I'm going to really go over these figures, both front and back. Give them a real good once over. And then when you're done, you'll probably want to set these guys out for maybe about an hour or two to really make sure they drip dry and there's no water left in the figure. So I will meet you guys back upstairs in the office. Now it's finally time for the fun part, putting the decals on. As you can see, the figure is now nice and clean, all dry, no sticker residue, and ready for the decals. Now we'll go ahead and put the decals on the shell first because I think there's only 4 decals to apply. You've got these triangles right here, this little white square, and an Autobot symbol. So let's go ahead and take a look here at the triangles, what side I'm going to need. I use my handy dandy Toyhax tweezers. That way I can get up and under the decal without touching the adhesive. So there is one decal off. Let's make sure that's lined up. That is the right side. Get it right where I want it. And there we go. Decal number 1 applied. Now we'll do the other side. There we go. That looks a lot better. Now we've got the Autobot symbol right here. And that goes on his left chest, left side. Try to get just a little bit on the tweezer. Makes it a lot easier to apply. Get that right under that strap. And there we go. Lastly, we have this white section here. And it just goes right there across the chest. Try to make sure it's centered, lined up. And there we go. The shell is decaled. Sorry about that, I had it out of the camera. But there that is. So now let's move on to Jazz himself. And let's see, first decal, let's do the back window. Back window is right here. What I like about these decals is they can actually fit inside these recesses right here. It makes it a little bit easier than the shell, because the shell you're just kind of guesstimating. With these, now that decal doesn't fill the entire back windows, and we'll try to get it centered as good as I can. And there we go. That doesn't look too bad. Now, let's see. Let's go for this hood stripe. This is the one that was on crooked before that drove me nuts. It's got the Autobot symbol on it. And actually, let's get it pinched here. And then I can line it up perfectly straight right there along the edge. And that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and get the other stripe, which should be, let's see here, this smaller one. Nope, this one goes back here. That's on the back window. And it's got a curve to it, so that'll go this way. There we go. Now the one on the main roof, there's a hole right there that'll correspond to the hole on the roof. And now there's the stripe that goes on top. It'll go this way. Try to line it up with that one. Line it up with the other sticker. Line it up with the hole. And get it straight. There we go. And lastly, right there in the center. It's got a curve again. You gotta watch those curves. It's got a little bit of a space there, so you can put it right up against the edge. I'm going to go for the middle. That way there's not too much of a gap. There we go. How does that look? All right, now let's move on to the windows. Now, before, the window was just one big sticker that went across these dividers. With the upgrade set, you actually have separate decals for each section of the window. So let's go ahead and we'll do the driver's side first. Let's see how this is lined up. It'll be these right here. And right before you do this, you make sure your hands are washed thoroughly. Slide it in place, apply some pressure, and that one's in. It doesn't fill the entire area up, so you want to try to get it centered. So there's that one. And now you have this little tiny sliver of a sticker. And we got that in. And now for the last part of the windows. I like the way this looks already instead of the one big sticker that just covered everything. And there we go. So now let's do the door. And let's see, that'll be this decal right here. We have to line that up. See if I can get that sent. That actually covers the entire door. You make sure the little gap is over the handle right there. And there we go. The door is now attached. So let me see what's next. Looks like we got racing stripes. That'll be this one right here. This goes over the rear wheel. These are always fun to apply over curved surfaces. So kind of line that up right there. I don't know if you guys can see. This one's going to be a pain. Maybe. There we go. Let's see how that works. Perfect. So there we go. Actually worked out better than I thought. All right, I think that's it for the side of the vehicle. So up here on top, you've got this Martin Porsche decal that's going to go right across the back. It's on that nice chrome decal. These are a pain sometimes to get perfectly straight. Not to mention I am working around this camera, which is another challenge in itself. There we go. Now let's see, anything else? Oh, let's do the front. Got the front right here. The headlights and the grille. And they don't wrap all the way around. They fit right there. Line them up. Usually try to pull it tight, make sure it doesn't go over anything or overlap nothing. And there we go. So now we have the front of the vehicle. Jazz is looking pretty sharp. Say, Martin Porsche decals right here that go on the side of the spoilers. So just kind of like that. And now there is a decal for the windshield, even though that is a very nice painted black windshield. There's one right here that says Martin Porsche on it as well. So let's get that one applied. See if I can line that up with the curve there on top. And there we go. So now this whole complete front and side of Jazz is complete. Now I'm going to work on this side, and I'll come right back. You knock that out pretty quick when you're not doing it on camera. So Jazz is looking sharp. He's got one more decal that goes right there on the back. Another Martin Porsche decal with some taillights. Get that one off there. That one's got a curve to it, so let's see. I guess it can go, see if I can match it up to the edge right there. Need to get that centered though. Right there. So there we go. There is Jazz's brand new enhanced Toyhax vehicle mode. I love all the extra decals. Now for robot mode. And for robot mode, I really don't need to transform him. Everything goes right here. The first decals we're going to tackle are ones for his lower legs. Those are these silver decals right here. The first one on the right leg is the one with the yellow arrow. And it goes right there above the little triangle that's, or excuse me, the little rectangle that's molded into his leg. So there we go. There's one. And the next one has a red triangle. And there's that one. Now we have little waist pieces right here. Kind of gives him a, I always call it the belt. This little blue decal right there. That'll go right there. Sometimes they're an easy fit. It's no problem getting them on. Let's see. Right there's the second one. Get it even with the other. There we go. There's this middle section right here. It goes on his waist. Put that right inside the molded detail. So there is that. And now he gets decals for his feet. This is a extra enhancement to the figure because originally he didn't have any decals for the feet, and this gives him the chrome look of the G1 Jazz from '84. So there's one foot and the other. And I just realized I forgot the racing stripe for the other side of the vehicle. So let me get that applied, and then we'll move to the last section, the helmet. Well, thanks to me not hitting the record button, you get one hell of a jump cut from me working on Jazz in vehicle mode to the finished product, and for that I do apologize. But new stickers added was the blue visor on the helmet, the little decal right there in the center of the helmet, because you actually had the option for that blue visor or a red visor, just like the Generation 1 figure. I decided to go with blue because blue is an Autobot color, and I swear he looks like Captain Power now. Now Jazz's vehicle mode looks amazing. Let me get this light down here. So much better than the Generation 1 decals. I've got my decals straight going right up the center. The new racing stripes look really good. The taillights on the back. I love the way he looks in vehicle mode. Kind of show off his robot mode for you. His arms are really tight. I always like it when I get a tight G1 toy. Except for that hood. That hood, that is the biggest design flaw with this figure, is the hood. And I'll go over that more when I actually review Pretender Jazz. So now there we have Jazz in robot mode, and the decals make him look really good. A vast improvement over the original look of the G1 toy. So there you go, guys. Classic Pretender's Jazz after his Toyhax upgrade. Now, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell icon to get notified when I upload new reviews. Once again, this is Patriot Prime, signing out. Hooah!
Can't stop this